Welcome back to the pod. New year, same Nugg, new co-host. That's right. West is out. It's official. You know, it has been quite a good ride, but yeah, I've decided to go in a different direction. I'm just kidding. He's here. He's still here.
I'm right here.
There
Hey, what's up? Hey,
you go.
Happy
What's
New
up?
Year!
Happy New
I'm
Year.
excited to be doing a new episode. And do you want me to intro it? This is your thing. I see you with the Mario hat on. So,
Well, I kind of gave it away, but you can intro it.
all right, we're here today to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, and I just want to say that every prediction I had made about the Switch being more powerful, I was right, Nug was wrong. Nug, what are your thoughts?
What prediction did you make that you were so right and I was so wrong?
Wow, I love seeing the look in your eye. Like, what did he just say?
I'm like, what? We haven't confirmed anything yet.
They haven't confirmed anything, but they've been right so far about the size, about the Joy-Cons, about everything about the Switch. And so, like, I looked at like a tech spec sheet of it, or someone kind of just going through it, and they're rumored right now, but it's supposed to have the power of the PS4 Pro. And I just, my thoughts or my impressions or what I was asking for is for the new Nintendo Switch to be more powerful. We love the first party games that Nintendo gives us. They are optimized, they run well for the most part. But during that lapse in games, we need third party support. Some people, the Switch is the only device that they have, and not being able to run some of these third party games or only being able just to play indies and not some of the bigger titles suck a little bit, in my opinion. And so having a Switch with more power and then using things like the NVIDIA DLSS to upscale and run the games at 1080p but push it out to 4K, um, which is rumored to be integrated in a new Switch, will help allow it to play some of these bigger titles and have them look just as nice as some of the Big Brother consoles. So, what are your thoughts about it, Nug?
I thought that this was a very pressure release. I thought this was a kind of forced release because there were so many leaks, so much pressure. Everyone wouldn't leave it alone. I even saw in hindsight, this just popped up on my timeline today, actually, right before the podcast. There was a guy on TikTok that went to CES. At CES, there was a company who was showing off some of their accessories for the upcoming Switch 2. And everyone was just like, oh, they're just blowing up, storm blowing smoke. What ends up happening now that everything has come out, that guy was right. And I'll send you the video. So the Switch accessories, this video was posted. See if I can put it up on screen here. It was posted, I want to say 4 days ago from CES. So yeah. I think with all of that happening, all these leaks, everything like that, it just kind of took away from, I guess, the excitement, because now I feel like Nintendo had to. And what kind of confirms that for me, they just did a reveal without any other details, and then they're saying, hey, we'll do everything in April. So I'm just like, they just kind of hurry up and put this out there. It was too much information getting out. Say that you're doing it, confirm that you're doing it, and then move on until April the 2nd.
So you feel more like it was pressure. They weren't ready to release it. They're still working on things.
I don't know if I don't know if they weren't ready. I think now leak culture has taken over, and I hate it.
Right?
And I had a buddy of mine who texted me last night. He's like, yo, he's not into gaming like that, but he's like, yo, that new Nintendo Switch is coming out. You make some videos on it yet? I'm like, nah, man. He's like, why? I said, bro, I haven't even looked up anything on it. Simply because I'm not really into leaks like that. I'd rather just kind of be surprised when it comes out. And because people are going viral and getting so much popularity and fame and notoriety from these leaks, content creators are flocking to it. And I think it's just kind of ruining the little bit of excitement. I'm more of an excitement type of guy.
So I mean, okay, is your like feedback or like how you're feeling, because now you're more in the journalism content creation space, why you don't like these types of leaks and you want to be excited? Or are you speaking from like a fan perspective? Because like I'm looking at it from a fan and I'm super excited. Any leaks, any rumors, anything I can get my hands on, I'm eating it up.
I'm okay. So I hate to be this type of guy, but it's a little bit of scarring from the past. Yeah, when I was younger, like some of the hottest leaks that were coming out was, if you think back, remember Xbox 720? Remember that? Well, back when they had
Sounds kind of familiar.
so back they had an Xbox 360, and the
Hmm.
rumor was they were gonna come out with the next Xbox. It was gonna be the Xbox 720 because that's
Okay.
360 twice. And like I was going down that rabbit hole. There was the rabbit hole of college football when that was gonna come back. Took 10
Hmm.
years. We were getting leaks on the new college football game every single year. When is Grand Theft Auto 6 gonna drop? Took
Hmm.
10 years. And so when you have like several things that you're interested in as far as leaks, and years and years and years, a decade goes by multiple times for two different things that you're interested in, you're like, man, I'd rather just wait for it to come out. Don't be out
Hmm.
here just honey dicking me and just kind of just freaking getting me all excited and aroused, and then it's just like, oh, that's it, it's not coming out. So that's for me now. That's just like, hey, eh, if a leak comes out, I want to kind of temper my expectations. But also outside of that, the content creators, man, like
Hmm.
so many people are getting so popular off these leaks. It's just annoying and lazy. Like, oh, we just got a leak for this, and then like they get so much engagement, they keep doing it. I'm not a fan of it.
The one thing, the only downside I have with the leaks is people will post or they try to get things out first, and then it's
Hmm.
inaccurate information,
Yep.
and then that inaccurate information just takes off like a bullet train or something, and everybody's saying the exact same thing. So I do get excited to kind of know that the Switch is coming out, and I'm looking forward to hearing like full on details. But like you're saying, like some of this stuff can be highly inaccurate. So I do temper my expectations, but I am super excited about the Switch. I have a lot of complaints about the current Switch. So to have a new one coming out, Mario Kart 9 supposed to be announced, a new Mario. They're supposed to also be releasing what? There's like one other popular game, like a third party game. Did you hear about the lineup? Metroid's supposed to come out.
I didn't. I saw Mario Kart in the trailer, so it looked like that might be the next thing. I didn't hear about anything else. I wanted to ask you though, what was your take on the hardware itself? I was a little underwhelmed by it.
I don't know. I feel like it's in alignment with like the ROG Ally, the Steam
Hmm.
Deck. I mean, it's what we want, right? So now it's less pocketable, but it's still portable, but it's in alignment with the current handhelds that are out there. And maybe that takes away from it for some of the current Nintendo Switch users, but like for me, having something a little bit more powerful, it makes sense because now it has to be a little bigger, and so
I
I
would
like
say
it.
bigger screen, W. Um, Bringing the Joy Cons back, I don't know. And the reason I say I don't know on the Joy Cons, I didn't like that Joy-Con field. It wasn't very ergonomic. It kind of cramped your hands a little bit. Like I've switched actually right here. I switched to like the Hori split pad ones on my Switch. Because they just have like that rounded edge that you can
Hmm.
kind of, it feels better like to grip. And I've become kind of a handheld snob because the Switch was like my first handheld in a while when I
Hmm.
got that. But since then I've upgraded to the PS Portal, the Steam Deck. I've tried the Legion, the ROG. Like, so now these other handhelds are coming out. They're more comfortable. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Like
Hmm.
these flimsy Joy Cons, they made them bigger, but I'm concerned about like the cusp. And then there's also the magnetization. There's like
Hmm.
from what we saw, there's like a little piece right
Hmm.
there. I'm wondering if that
Hmm.
piece is going to be really flimsy. That piece kind of gives me a little bit of nervousness.
Yeah, and then you know what? Let me take that back. I did have like one thought about it, and I felt like Nintendo did one thing that's not Nintendo-ish. There's no innovation on this new Switch. It's exactly the
Exactly.
same, just bigger, right? So it feels like they fell into the it's what I want, but it's not Nintendo-esque, right? So it feels like it's perfect for me, but Nintendo is just doing exactly what they did before. Here's a upgrade to our current system, and like from the Wii U to the Switch to
I
all these
was,
different things,
yeah,
it felt really dramatic changes throughout their life cycle.
yeah,
GameCube, Nintendo 64, all
yeah.
different, man.
Every one of their consoles. So the 64 was cartridges. The
Mhm.
GameCube was mini disc, complete change, complete
Mhm.
180.
Right.
Then you go from GameCube to Nintendo Wii. So you go from a console to motion controls, change the game. Everyone was into the Wii.
Mhm.
Then you go from Wii to the Switch, and it's like, whoa, okay, now you guys are going back into like this 2-for-1 type of thing. And then you go from Switch to Switch 2. It's like that innovation. I was kind of hoping we would get a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Again, there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with the Switch,
No,
but
nothing wrong at all.
I am curious, like to your point
Mhm.
that you said last time we talked about this, if they're gonna do a Switch 2, you have to do like 4K or some type of big
Mhm.
upgrade, because which we'll find all this out in April. We're just speculating right now, but
Right.
you're not gonna be able to sell a lot of people on just bigger. Like
Right.
to an extent, it's like if April comes and you're not saying, hey, this is gonna run games way better, do this and that. So yeah, that's kind of, we'll see.
Yeah. But other than that, there's nothing else that really stood out to me. I'm worried about stick drift and Joy Cons again, so hopefully they figured out their shit, and we don't run into
They
that
teased
issue
us.
on. Yeah. So other than that, those were it. But there was like one third party game that I saw leaked or announced or supposed to come out for it, and I can't remember what that was. Red Dead 2. I just started playing Red Dead 2. You and I just talked about Red Dead 2, and now it's coming on the Switch as well, Switch 2. So that
If
was
it
really cool
comes
to
on the
see.
Switch too, I'll get it. I'll get it for the Switch too.
You'll get
Red
it
Dead
again.
1, yeah. Red Dead
Okay.
1, Red Dead 1 is on the Switch 1 right now. And I've been hesitating to buy it because
Hmm.
I don't really want to play Red Dead 1 again. I barely want to play Red Dead 2 again, but
Hmm.
I definitely don't want to play 1 again. So we'll see. Oh, another W too, backwards compatibility. I think that was great decision. I've been picking up a lot more Switch games lately, physically.
Hmm.
So I'm really glad that both physical and, well, some physical and digital will be backwards compatibility, which we'll get more on that later. They said that not all will be. So I'm curious. I hope they don't take the Xbox route and, not give us the full backwards compatibility. So we'll see.
I think for the most part, any console that launches should do their best to have backwards compatibility. I know PlayStation is probably the worst at it. Xbox is trying, but some of their games or some of the licenses, they just don't have the full catalog. So there's some games that I absolutely love that I can't get access to. But Nintendo has, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo. They have such a huge catalog, and I want a lot of those games to work. And all the games that I've collected on my Switch. So I want all those things. I want access to it, and I understand licenses come into play with those things. But like, you should be backwards compatible with your previous generation. If your system ain't strong enough to emulate the previous system that wasn't strong enough to run, you got something. Y'all need to figure it out. So I'm happy
But
that it's there.
I see. I don't want to get into the backwards compatible because I'll be here all day. But
Hmm.
I think that when games started skimping out on that, it really I think messed up the market. The last backwards compatible console was the PS3 that could play everything from the PS2, everything from the PS1. The only caveat to that was that it was, heavy, it was bulky, and it was something in there that would cause it, like, to have like overheating problems and things like that. But I feel like companies should have kept trying so that we could get consoles that are fully backwards compatible, because now with the PS5 we have it fully for the 4, but what about for like the 3? You could at least do the 3 because the 3, 4, and the 5 all have Blu-ray disc. But again, that's we could be here all day on backwards about it. Like, I don't see why all Switch games wouldn't be, like you said, licensing. But dude, they license 90 90% of their library is exclusive. Why wouldn't we have, like, I don't know. We'll see. April.
Well,
April 2nd, we'll do another episode for sure on this.
can I be conspiracy theorist for 1 second?
Yeah.
Could it just be the money, right? And I'm not saying not being able to afford it, but is there more money in like doing just like instead of allowing us to play games that we already have, doing like a remake or a remaster and bringing out an HD and then reselling it to us, right? Just a money ploy, and companies realize that. And how many of them have done that over and over and over again instead of just giving us the previous version that we already own, re-release?
Well, you got me there because that's 100% probably what it is. I'm talking to you, Sony. Last of Us, part 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And it's a great game. I have it right here with me, and yeah, I feel like maybe it's just a money ploy thing that they realize.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh wow, a sound off right at the beginning of the stream.
Oh wow,
How original. Let
Wow.
me guess, you are
wow.
ready to blast our
Wow.
eardrums with
All right.
excitement?
You know, I'm done.
Wow.
I'm done. I'm clocking out for the day. Yeah, West is bringing in new crap to the new year. You know,
I, uh,
your replacement's on the way. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I accidentally just hit the one button that said open up everything for my stream so I can get prepared to do this recording, and forgot to turn off the AI cat. My bad.
AI, and you're
And
using AI now. Oh, I'm done. I'm done with this guy, dude. 2025 has changed you. You know, this is an AI free zone. So that being said, this has been addressed. First episode of 2025. We're gonna be doing some big things. We're really looking forward to this. And so yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. Spoiler alert, we're gonna be talking about some more tech. We both got a really cool new product that we both want to talk about. So on the way soon.
looking forward to it. It's been great. Thank you.